I'm showing you how to try and do it with one hand, which isn't the easiest thing. Nope. And after that, I would recommend just pulling from the bottom. It is a two-hand job, one hand either side. Well, I'd say it's a two-hand job. I might have to edit that out. I would recommend using both hands, one there, and just pulling from the bottom. Again, there are probably other ways to do this, but that's just how I found it easiest to pull it off. Pull that cover off. The monitor is VESA Display HDR 1000 certified. No, it's not. Finally replaced my AW3423DW, which has served me well for a couple of years now. I'm going to be replacing that with this one. I got this on retail. I wasn't given a sample by Dell, but I was perfectly prepared. To return it if I didn't like it. So that if you press add function, then that doesn't do anything. So maybe there are only 3 options available. That's a bit disappointing. Oh well. And there's others. The heck's power nap, I don't know. I'm back on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I've got the game running under HDR. The monitor does support HDR, very basic HDR10 output from this one, so I'm not going to spend very long on this section. In fact, why do I even bother? This is just bad. It's just bad. There are no two ways about it. It looks terrible. Before making you too sick by wiggling around my character in the game, I've set all the sharpness to default, so no... I can't speak anymore. I'm now in Battlefield 2042, and I'm going to talk about the contrast... No, I'm not. So the green there looks more natural, and it's become really subdued now because I've just been shot. You can use NVIDIA-specific features like DLS and DLSR, or whatever they're called. I'm sorry, I'm not really very good at these NVIDIA features. I'm a monitor reviewer, not a graphics card reviewer. Leave me alone. And last but not least, probably is actually least for the vast majority of people, to be completely honest. I'm on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, running the game under HDR, so I can just... It just gives a better visual exam... What am I talking about? And that's the highest stand height. You've got 120 millimeters of adjustment on this one, which I believe is 4.72 inches. Don't quote me on that. Not very good with inches. That's what she said. I'm now on Battlefield 2042, and that green is just too much. No. That's better. I would, however, recommend sticking to this default of warm 1. At least that's the deco... Deco? What the heck does that mean? At least that's the default for eco mode. The fringe is much milder. Again, you'll be able to appreciate... You'll be able to see in the video... Heaven's sake. You'll be able to see in the video... Can't speak anymore. Screw it. You also find AI Shadow Boost as a toggle in AI Assistant, which is a really annoying, pretentious name to give these settings. AI everything here. I'm now back on that scene that I showed you in the contrast section. Ooh, that's not good. The stand's fully adjustable, so you can swilt. Last but not least, there's display P3. I'm just going to move back a little bit so I don't die. This really does highlight some of the transitions which this monitor struggles with, so I can see for those balls or melons or whatever the heck they are there with the flag posts in them. Okay, they're buoys, or buoys if you prefer as an American. So the first thing to consider is the preset of the monitor. There are 2 different sets of presets. What on earth? This appears a solid, slightly pinkish purple throughout the screen. It does appear more pink peripherally, and if you sit closer to the monitor, by the way, the kind of shifts I'm talking about here, I have no idea what just flashed across the screen, what the heck. If you select RTS, FPS or racing, then you're a bit restricted in the OSD. You can adjust the brightness and quite a few things from the luminance menu, but you can't adjust the... Oh. On my unit, I achieved good balance with the colour channels. Both the browns as well have a rich reddish tone to them, or orange in places, depending on